Well, in 2005, an Israeli archaeologist announced to the world that she had uncovered the ruins of King David's palace in Jerusalem.
After 5,000 years, King Solomon's tomb has finally been opened. But what was found inside shook the whole world. Under the hot sand of the Middle East, behind limestone and thousands of years of silence, there was something that was hidden till now. And now, that secret has finally been revealed. Yes, King Solomon's tomb has been found. The same Solomon who has been described as a great, wise, and mysterious king in history. The Bible and the Quran. For centuries, people were looking for it as if it was a sacred secret. But no one had any idea what would be found inside when it was opened. Gold and silver? Ancient weapons? No. Something else was found inside. Something that can challenge history, religion, and science. Some documents, mysterious texts, signs that have never been seen before, and some things about which even governments are not saying anything. People say that this could be a sign of the return of Messiah. Some experts are claiming that this is the biggest clue related to the real origin of humans. The discovery might be made. And the most shocking thing? The footage that was leaked from inside is now slowly coming out. So the question is, how ready are you to know the truth? Do watch the video, because what is coming out now will change your mind. Who was King Solomon? Whenever there is talk of ancient secrets, treasures, and magical powers, one name always comes to the fore: King Solomon. King Solomon's name is taken with great respect and mystery in all three major religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. He was the third king of Israel, and his father was the famous King David. But the most special thing about Solomon was his wisdom. It is said that God had given him more wisdom than humans. It is written in the Bible that when God asked him to ask for anything, he did not ask for wealth or power, but for wisdom. And this is what made him immortal in history. Stories of his justice are still told as examples. For example, when two women were claiming to be the mother of the same child, Solomon said to cut the child in half. The real mother immediately refused, and Solomon understood that the child was hers. This was his deep understanding and mental power. But Solomon was not just wise. He also had the secret of magical powers. Many ancient texts claim that he had a ring, seal of Solomon, with which he could control jinns and spirits. It is said that those jinns built the Temple of Solomon, the most magnificent and mysterious temple of that time. The Temple of Solomon itself is a big mystery. Some people say that the Ark of the Covenant was hidden there, the same mysterious sacred chest in which the stone tablets of God's commands were kept. And according to many beliefs, this chest is still hidden somewhere, and a person who goes near it can come in contact with supernatural powers. Many historians believe that the Temple of Solomon had such ancient technology or divine energy, which even today's science has not been able to understand. Some people even believe that there were more dangerous secrets hidden there than treasure, like the origin of man, the secrets of the universe, and perhaps a power that can defeat time and death. The stories of King Solomon are not just history. They are still alive today. And when his tomb was opened after 5,000 years, the whole world wanted to know if that secret, that power, was coming out again. How did the search for the tomb begin? The search for King Solomon's tomb is not a new thing. For centuries, historians, theologians, and people engaged in treasure hunting have been trying to find it. But the question is, why has the tomb of such a great and noble king, whose stories are spread all over the world, not been found till date? Actually, after Solomon's death, his tomb was deliberately kept secret. According to some beliefs, Solomon himself had ordered that his tomb be built at such a depth, in such a mysterious way that no external force could find it. The reason for this was the power and knowledge which was buried with him. Many attempts were made in history. In the Middle Ages, the Crusaders excavated around Jerusalem, believing that Solomon's tomb was somewhere there. Then, in the 19th and 20th centuries, many archaeological missions came out from Europe and America, which reached the areas of Israel and Palestine to excavate. At many places, they also found old tunnels, basements, and mysterious structures, but nothing could be proved for sure. Every time something was left incomplete, either the tunnels collapsed or the governments stopped the excavation. Some reports say that many times strange incidents happened during the excavation, like machines stopped working, people fell ill, or some sudden accident happened. All these things created an atmosphere of fear and mystery around Solomon's tomb. In addition, political tensions and religious disputes also made the search for the tomb more difficult. It is not easy to excavate in a place like Jerusalem, where the sentiments of all three religions are involved. Many times the excavation teams had to face opposition and threats. Another big reason was the loss of old maps and records. Most of the documents related to the real location of King Solomon have been destroyed over time, or were hidden by secret organizations. Some people believe that secret societies like Freemasons know this secret, but they deliberately hid it. And so, for centuries, the tomb remained only a part of books, myths, and prophecies. Until recently, some modern technologies like satellite imagery, ground-penetrating radar and LiDAR brought hope back. And then the unthinkable happened. For the first time in 5,000 years, that door opened, and the greatest mystery in history was revealed. When and how was it discovered? King Solomon's tomb remained a mystery for thousands of years. But everything changed in early 2024, when an international research team found something in a deserted area of the Middle East that shook history. This discovery was made in a disputed but historical hilly area between Israel and the West Bank, which was known in ancient times as Mount Zion or the City of David. Excavations had been carried out here before, but what was found had never been found by anyone before. A mixed team was behind this discovery, which included technical experts from MIT University in the US, a team from Israel's Department of Archaeology, and members of the UK's Biblical Research Society. The team used modern technology, especially ground-penetrating radar, GPR, LiDAR scanning, and satellite thermal imaging. First, satellite imagery noted unusual temperatures and densities beneath the ground in that area, which usually indicates a closed structure or empty space. After this, 3D images obtained from LiDAR showed a geometrically perfect underground chamber, whose structure was very different from a common tomb. Then the layers of the ground were scanned with ground-penetrating radar, and an ancient sealed tunnel was discovered there. When the team started digging, about 30 feet below they found a door made of stone, on which something strange was written in old Hebrew letters. As soon as this door was opened, a room appeared which was completely sealed, and that was the mysterious tomb, King Solomon's tomb, which took the world 5,000 years to discover. This entire process was kept completely confidential, but as soon as the pictures and data inside were leaked, the media and religious institutions around the world were shaken. Now the question is, what was found inside? And why was it hidden for so many years? What was the atmosphere inside? The moment the heavy stone door was carefully removed, every member of the team was left breathless. A room that had been closed for 5,000 years. into which humans were entering for the first time today. But as soon as the door opened a little, a gust of cold, heavy air came out from inside. That air was different, as if centuries-old time was trapped in it. It was pitch dark inside. First of all, the team used high-power torches and lights for illumination, and what they saw was much more than they had imagined. The walls of the tomb were made of black stone, which were still shining, as if they had been carved recently. The symbols on the walls surprised everyone. There were signs in Hebrew, Aramaic, and some unknown language engraved there. Some of these signs were such that they have not been recorded in any text till date. Some inscriptions mentioned words like Solomon, David, and Zion, but the style seemed absolutely mysterious and coded. In the middle of the room was a stone coffin, sarcophagus, and around it were 7 stone pillars, on which mysterious figures were engraved. Some symbols seemed to show constellations or a space map. On one wall, there was an eye inside a triangular symbol, which some people consider the eye of providence or divine vision. As soon as the team entered the room, many people noticed something strange. There was a slight sweet but rotten smell in the air, and also a slow vibration, as if someone was making a slow hum from inside the ground. Some instruments also recorded electromagnetic fluctuation, which is usually not found in such old structures. The most surprising thing was that there was no dust or spiderwebs of any kind inside, as if the room was still under the protection of some invisible force. One member of the team said that when he reached close to the sarcophagus and touched it, he felt a slight warmth, as if the stone was alive. Within minutes, the team radioed, "We've found something. But it's not just a tomb. It's something else." It wasn't just a tomb, it was a time capsule, a secret, a warning, or maybe a door to another world. And now the question is, did that sarcophagus really hold Solomon's body? Or something else? What was found inside? When the team started moving inside the tomb and excavating around the main sarcophagus, the things that started coming out one by one were not just historical, but mysterious and surprising. This was not just the tomb of a king, but it seemed as if they had entered a secret chamber, a place that had been kept hidden for centuries. The first thing found was an old copper box, which was rusted, but the symbols inscribed on it were still shining. 3 things were found inside that box: a golden coin, on which Solomon's seal was engraved, a small glass bottle, which contained something like a dried shadow, and most importantly, a parchment, which was written in some ancient language. When an attempt was made to decode it, it was found that it was probably a part of King Solomon's personal diary. It contained signs that were related to their dreams, visions, and mention of a door between humans and some other world. Apart from this, a book-like object was also found. It was made entirely of black stone, and its pages were also made of stone. The symbols on this book were very strange, and some of them do not match any language till date. Some experts claim that this book may be related to magic or summoning rituals, that is, ancient methods through which spirits or other dimensions could be contacted. And yes, treasure was also found, but it was not like the ones shown in the movies. There were gold and silver utensils, jewelry, and statues. But the strangest thing found along with them was a round metal stone, which was generating magnetic power. Scientists say that it does not look natural, like the energy source of some advanced civilization. There were also hidden compartments in the walls of the tomb, containing various artifacts, metal animal figures, a constellation map, and an instrument that resembled a modern compass, but showed directions in the sky, not the ground. The discovery seemed not just historical, it seemed trans-dimensional, as if Solomon had knowledge of the deepest mysteries of the universe. So was King Solomon just a wise king, or something more? What has been found raises the question, have we found history or knowledge we were never meant to find? What is the religious and historical significance of what was found? King Solomon's tomb is not just a historical discovery, it is a religious earthquake. The significance of the artifacts found is not just related to the civilization or culture of that time, but touches the foundations of Jewish, Christian, and Islamic beliefs. First of all, let's talk about Jewish history. According to Jewish scriptures, King Solomon himself built the first temple of Jerusalem, called the Temple of Solomon. This temple is considered the holiest place for the Israelis. It is believed that the Ark of the Covenant was once kept in the same temple, which is a symbol of the divine agreement between God and man. And now, the marks and symbols found in this tomb match temple architecture, Solomonic symbols, and some such signs that can be directly linked to the Ark of the Covenant. Some experts are even saying that the stone book found inside the tomb mentioned the Ark, and also where and how it was hidden. Now, talking about the Christian view, Solomon's name appears in the Bible as a king who was God's favorite. Christian beliefs are also associated with prophecies about the Ark of the Covenant and the coming of the Messiah. Some signs found in the tomb, such as an eye in a triangle, stars, and mysterious script, match the signs that appear in some prophecies of the book of Revelation. And the most interesting thing, a symbol engraved on the wall showed a cross, a star, and a crescent in a single circle. Is this a sign of the unification of the three religions, or a divine warning? Now let's come to the Islamic view. In Islam, Sulaiman, A.S., is considered a prophet. He is mentioned in the Quran as a prophet who had control over jinns, animals, and even the air. Now, Muslim scholars believe that the artifacts found in the tomb, especially the magical symbols and the stone book, may be related to ilmi laduni, or the ultimate knowledge, the knowledge that is given only to the special servants of Allah. This discovery has created a spiritual stir in all three religions. What is the connection with the return of Messiah? The most surprising and mysterious discussion has now turned to this. Is there a connection of this tomb with the return of Messiah? The Jews believe that Messiah, Mashiach, will come one day and establish the third temple. Now, the symbols found in the tomb, some of them are signs of a future temple. According to some prophecies, Messiah will return only when the soul of King Solomon is at peace and his tomb is opened. So is this that sign? The Christians believe that the return of Jesus Christ is mentioned. Some Bible scholars say that a marking on the walls of the tomb, which says, "He shall rise with wisdom in fire," is directly related to the second coming of Christ. Muslims believe that before the doomsday, Hazrat Isa, A.S., or Jesus, will return and will bring justice to the world along with Imam Mahdi. Now, the electromagnetic fluctuations, mysterious smells and symbols found in the tomb, some Sufi scholars believe that these are divine triggers. One particular symbol, a 7-pointed star inside Solomon's seal with a void in its center, according to many ancient mystics, is the same mark prophesied in mysterious books like the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Zohar. Is this all a coincidence? Or has the way for the Messiah's return really opened? So the question is no longer just historical, it's also spiritual. The discoveries that have just been made are perhaps just the beginning. Perhaps we are now entering an era where history, religion, and prophecies are all coming true at the same time. Attitude of government and authorities. When King Solomon's tomb was discovered, the whole world thought that this news would become breaking news on the channels. But this did not happen. The initial press release simply said that a historical structure has been discovered. No photo, no video, and no official confirmation that this was King Solomon's tomb. A few days later, blurred and shaky footage appeared on the internet, in which strange symbols, a black stone coffin, and sounds like the rumbling of electromagnetic sensors were heard in a dark room. This footage quickly went viral, but the government sidelined it by calling it leaked, unverified, and unauthorized. Then the question arose, if nothing is being hidden, then why was everything not told openly? The Israeli government declared the excavation site a restricted zone. The media or the general public was prohibited from going there. Some members of the international team involved in the excavation were silenced or made to sign non-disclosure agreements. As soon as all this happened, doubts and conspiracy theories started taking birth in people's minds. Some say that the artifacts found contain some secret that can spread religious or political imbalance. Some believe that some ancient technology has been found in the tomb, which can become a threat to the existing system. It is also being said that secret societies, such as Freemasons or some secret groups associated with the Vatican, already knew the secret of Solomon's tomb, and now they are hiding this information from the common people. Overall, what was supposed to be a shocking revelation for the world has now turned into a controlled silence and deepening mystery. What are the experts saying? Now, let's talk about those people who are looking at this discovery from a professional point of view. That is, archaeologists, historians, and theologians. Some leading historians are considering this discovery as the biggest archaeological discovery of the 21st century. Dr. Isaac Feldman, who is associated with the Israeli Archaeological Department, said, "If this tomb is really Solomon's, then we have started rewriting history." An American historian, Linda Carter, who has written several books on ancient Semitic civilizations, says that the book and artifacts found in the tomb reflect the technology of that period, which may have been much more advanced than today. On the other hand, some experts are skeptical about this whole story. They say that the footage may be fake or deliberately doctored to attract public attention. Professor Ahmed Rizwan says, "Until verified carbon dating, artifact analysis, and open access is found, this discovery is just a mysterious story, not scientific evidence." There is another section, religious theologians, who are looking at this discovery spiritually. They say that the symbols and words found match ancient prophecies and sacred texts. Father Joseph Michael said, "This could be a divine sign, but we can't rush to judge its meaning." The most interesting response came from an anonymous Vatican source who said off-record, "If all this is true, we have to rethink the spiritual origins of man." What happened after the tomb was opened? When that 5,000-year-old door was opened and Solomon's tomb was revealed to the world, the life of the entire excavation team changed. First, the site was taken under top-secret military protection. Surveillance cameras, drones, and armed guards were deployed all around. Now the entry of any outsider was completely stopped there. But there was something even more mysterious. Those who went inside became silent after coming out. Many researchers who were in the excavation team were going to talk to the media, but suddenly all the scheduled interviews were canceled. And then came a shocking news: the sudden death of a member of the excavation team. The report said that he died of natural causes, but an insider from the team said that the person had touched something inside the tomb which should not have been touched. Not only this, 3 artifacts, including a copper rod, a glass vial, and a small black stone box, reportedly disappeared from the site. No one knows where they went, who has them, and why they were hidden. According to some unofficial reports, within a few days of the opening of the tomb, many people in the area suffered from strange diseases and nightmares. The local population even stopped going near the excavation site. So much fear had spread that some people started considering it as a curse of the pharaohs. And this is where the real question began. Did we just dig up history? Or have we opened a door that should have remained closed? What can happen in the future? Now that the whole world knows that Solomon's tomb has indeed been found, all eyes are on what will happen next. The biggest question is, will it be opened to the general public? The answer is still unclear. The Israeli authorities have not yet released any official roadmap on this, although some media reports say that the government is thinking of turning it into a controlled museum site. But this decision is being postponed due to security and religious sentiments. The second big question is, will more mysteries be uncovered? The excavation team still has thermal images of more sealed chambers. It is being said that there are multiple underground layers below that tomb, which may contain more artifacts or ancient writings. Some experts believe that there may be something hidden there that will reveal the truth related to the origin of human civilization, such as advanced knowledge, lost technology, or signs of alien connection. If something like this is found, then this discovery will not just become an archaeological, but an existential discovery. And the third question, can this become the biggest discovery in the world? All signs point to this. If the tomb is indeed Solomon's, and the artifacts found inside prove authentic, the discovery could be bigger than the Egyptian pyramids, Machu Picchu, and even the Dead Sea Scrolls. Some are even saying that the United Nations should declare the site a global spiritual heritage zone, so that it becomes not just an archaeological site, but also a spiritual awakening point to be remembered. The question remains, was this discovery just a door to the past? Or have we inadvertently awakened a warning about the future? Whatever the case, one thing is for sure, King Solomon's tomb is now open, and nothing will ever be the same again. So friends, Solomon's tomb, which was closed for 5,000 years, has now been opened, and with it, a secret has been revealed, which can perhaps change our thinking, faith, and history, all three. Is the return of Messiah near? Have we got the knowledge, which should have been kept hidden? Or is all this a big divine sign? Now, the question is not just about history. It is about the future of humanity. What do you think? Was there really something supernatural inside the tomb? Do this discovery really match the prophecies of our religious texts? Do tell us by commenting below. Your opinion is very important to us. If you found this video interesting, then like it, share it, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel so that we keep bringing you more such unheard, suspense-filled secrets. Now, this story is in your hands. Will you share it with the world?